Tofus, hi everyone, you're not welcome to my channel where you observe me presenting the unbiased scientific investigation conducted by someone who might have a bit of a too much free time. So, do ants actually have feelings? The answer is yes. What is the S in my yes, Sabrina? What are you doing? It's okay, guys, look at this. This is the ant. This is the ant. Let's call it ant. I believe that all of us humans had probably ignored the emotional suffering of Anthony and many other ants. But can you imagine what if the ants that you flicked away had a family, had classmates, had a travel buddy, or maybe a loved one? Therefore, throughout this presentation, I shall argue that ants, just like you, just like me, just like we. Let's start by analyzing the society of ants, and here are a few instances that makes me believe that ants clearly experience social pressure. Number one, ants are constantly fighting. You see an ant, it's either they ignore each other or they fight with each other. And the next one, which I find it quite uninterestingly interesting, is their weird hierarchy. They have the queen ant, the worker ant, the giant, the one with the wings that I thought I can fly, and the male ant. I also thought this could fly. And it's kind of funny that the female ant is called queen, yet the other one is just male. Next one, ants are constantly overworking. Ants are one of the most hardworking insects. Crawling is their job, and they have been crawling everywhere, no matter the place, no matter the height, no matter the time. I live in my apartment at the 28th floor. This is actually my room also, but I kind of moved. Guys, I moved. But I'm back here because I want to film my OG space for filming. I live at the 28th floor in my service apartment, and I decided to drop one single crumb at 2 a.m. and then out of nowhere, ants start showing up in like 10 minutes. Who else have ever shown up to find me at 2 a.m. this quick? Lastly is ants and their questionable mob mentality. You'll just see ants swarming in the crack of a sidewalk. Maybe it's like the passageway to the underneath of even more. It's just ants mentality. I cannot understand. I saw this post on Reddit and I saw in the comments that there are probably just two colonies of ants fighting each other. However, imagine if you're an ant and you look like this, and you're in a colony of ants that looks like this. How do you even know who to kill, guys? Someone said, do we even know how they keep track of who to kill? It's not like one team can take up their shirt. It shows that ants are insanely smart to be able to recognize all of them. Ants actually recognize themselves through their reflection, which leads to my second point, the mirror test. I found out about this when I was researching about ants on Reddit. I know, very trustable source. The mirror test is very simple. Ant sees mirror and saw its reflection. Ant saw its reflection and does not crash out. You probably think that ant is just dumb and just existing and walking and finding food and continue finding food. Honey baby girl, I do not think so. Just by being able to recognize themselves through the mirror, this small little cutie patuti shows emotional maturity. Okay guys, I want you to close your eyes. Imagine if we wake up being the smallest and the most useful creature on earth and constantly see our friends, our family member, our classmates get killed by titans by doing absolutely nothing. If I ever woke up as an ant, I would be devastated. I would crash out. Look at this bro. Bro is so self-aware that he is an ant. He or she, maybe she's a queen. This shows that ants understand their own identity, ego. By the way this queen is looking at herself, she's probably thinking about skincare. Oops, I forgot to show emotional maturity. But Sabrina, aren't ants dumb and stupid? Okay, if ants are dumb and stupid, then please explain how did ants know where I put my snack? How did ants always find out where I put my Ferrero Rocher? I don't even know where I put my car keys. And ants can find a single crumb at the 28th floor. Why don't they have a nose? Maybe they have a nose, we just can't see it. From this video, you are observing an ant in its natural habitat, going round and 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 round on a cup of hot drink. Although some people might judge the stupidity of this ant just by one clip, I would argue that this ant is actually trapped in a cycle of indecision. Just like you choosing what to eat at 2 a.m. for dinner. Ants can see, oh, it's a pile of hot water. I will die if I enter. It understands pain and proceed to escape the hot and boiling water after many turns, and end up being at the edge of my cold teh or ice, which is iced tea in Malaysia. Maybe some people might argue with me, oh, that's just basic common sense for ants. Like if you see something hot, you'll just leave, right? Yes, right, you're right. Yes, congrats, you're right. But the moment I saw this ant stop on my drink. I thought it died. I thought it drowned in those like water at the side, but no, it just stays there. It's like drinking water. If ants have no feelings, it probably just drinks some water and leave. Don't you see this ant over here is in its moment of relaxation? If ants have no feelings, how does ant relax? I'll let you see one more time. I saw there's a quiz feature in this YouTube. How does the feature work? Let me just try it out. Can you tell me what you observe from looking at this picture? Here's another video that I found from Reddit. For my next point, cold-hearted ants exist. And this shows that ants experience betrayal, fake friendships, and workplace politics. Like he trusted them, bro. I think this species of ants is probably one of the most emotional ants I've ever seen. This is exactly the same ant that feels relaxed on my water yesterday. On my water yesterday? On my drink. That sounds kind of wrong. As humans, we abandon people, we betray people. Why do we abandon people? Because we hate the other person, because we dislike the other person, because we have beef with the other person. That's why we abandon negative aura. And in order for ants to do that, ants needs to have feelings. Maybe this ant is INTP, who knows? We can clearly see that this is not just a survival instinct. It is very personal. Next is our experiment time! Yay! Now I shall proceed with the experiment section, where I tested ants' emotions myself. There are 1 different experiment behind each door, and there are 6 doors in total. Keep in mind that these experiments are created out of boredom because I was home alone and I have no friends. Another thing to keep in mind is that no ants are harmed in front of the camera. First door, placing sugar and taking it away just to see if they got mad. Yo, brother. Hi.
It is too stuns to speak. It is like, what did I deserve to receive such a huge blessing in my life today?
Next, listening to music. Next, showing them to another ant.
Your friend. Look at my hair. My friend. Yo.
As you can see, Anthony just walked away from it. It may have sensed its negative aura, drawing circles around ants.
I'm just gonna draw circles literally on the floor. Oi! The fuck? It went away. It went somewhere. No, come on. Oh, I found an ant here. Let's just draw some. Oi! It ran away, bitch!
Next, can ants feel fear?
I'm just gonna leave it here. 1 flick and it dies.
Guys, this is 3 days later. No one came to get it. This proves that ants fear heights. Weak. What does it look like this? Oh my god, oh my god. Ew, oh, fuck! Fuck! Ah! And last one. The surprise door. Final conclusion, ants have feelings. However, ants may not feel emotions exactly as human, but they definitely may have experienced something that humans cannot explain. Probably rage. So before you assume that ants are dumb with no feelings, think again. In the perspective of a bird in the sky, aren't humans just like ants? Look at the crowd in Coachella. Aren't we just like ants? Look outside the window of your private jet when you're about to land. Aren't we just like that? Just because something is small and couldn't speak doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. Maybe the real feelings were the ants we ignored along the way. Let me know your thoughts about this presentation in the comment section below. Here's this shout out. Comment down below which ants are the hottest if you want to be on next week's shout out. If you don't like this video, please dislike and subscribe. I'll never see you again. Bye!